Hi, welcome. I'm Reverend Dr. Brent Hawks, the founder and executive director of Rainbow Faith and Freedom, and I was the senior pastor at the Metropolitan Community Church of Toronto for 40 years before I retired. Today I want to talk about what do we do when we're faced with two seemingly polar opposites. So, for instance, one side of the dilemma, the importance of contentment. And on the other side, the importance of embracing change. Robert Schuller used to say, bloom where you're planted, to make the best of the situation that you find yourself in. Yes, there's going to be imperfections in anything, but to try to transform that situation to be better. Could be a job that you have that you're deciding whether to stay or switch, take a promotion. Could be a home situation where you're thinking about moving, a love life situation that you're wondering whether should be changed. The importance of contentment, to really value where you are, to be happy where you are. The other side of the dilemma is breaking free, taking risks, getting out of the boat, embracing new challenges. How do we know which side applies in different situations? The first step, discernment. Where is the peace for you? Where is the joy for you? Next, consult others who know us well and ask, where do you think I would find the peace and the joy? And then there's a technique that I was taught by the Jesuits, so I call it the Jesuit decision-making model. And it's where you take a chart and you make 4 quadrants, and you take some time in an evening when you're not distracted and you can have some really good, quiet time to reflect. And let's say the decision is whether to stay in a job or a relationship or whether to move on. So you say, I'm going to stay in the job. And what are the positives of staying in the job? List them. And what are the negatives of staying in the job? And then you kind of ask the question in a little bit of a different way. I'm going to move on from the job. What are the positives of moving on and what are the negatives? Then you put it away. A few nights later, you come back again, take a look at it, see if there's any new insights that you have to add. If that still doesn't work, then the value of waiting. There's a wonderful, wonderful book called When the Heart Waits by Sue Monk Kidd. And she really makes the point of the value of waiting and how in our society we're uncomfortable with the silence, uncomfortable with waiting, and yet we miss real insights if we wait. So ultimately you'll make a decision. It may or may not be the best decision, but if you learn that it was the wrong decision, then be gentle with yourself and make as quick a correction as you can. So I'd like to end on a humorous note. I found this amazing quote from Shakespeare that I used in a sermon one time about riding the wave. It goes like this. There is a tide in the affairs of people, which taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in misery. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current where it serves, or lose our venture. Great quote for this kind of a discussion. And so when the person at church, after I used it in a sermon, said, do you know where it came from? I was proud. I said, yeah, it came from Shakespeare. He said, but do you know where? And I said, no. And he said, Brutus said it just before he stabbed Caesar. Not recommended. Thank you. If you found this video helpful, please click on like and share on your social media. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos. Feel free to post a comment with feedback and suggested topics for future videos. My organization, Rainbow Faith and Freedom, is focused on confronting religious-based discrimination against the LGBTI communities around the world by changing hearts and minds. If you would like to learn more about Rainbow Faith and Freedom or make a donation to this important initiative, please go to the website listed below this video. And if you'd like to support this video project, you can click on a link there too. Thank you.